Hello and welcome back to All In Driving. If it's your first time here, you've picked a good one. Today we're going to explore getting on track without breaking the bank. As you know, and I will soon find out, race driving is an expensive hobby and one that you typically have to keep putting in precious resources to continue enjoying. But with that said, here are the 4 quickest, easiest, and least expensive ways to kickstart your racing journey in 2024. So strap on your helmets and let's go all in. If you want to find the quickest way onto a track, karting is by far the most accessible, cost-effective option. You can literally show up and be racing for $50 or less, and it's likely you've got a kart track not too far from where you're watching this video right now. Almost all tracks have arrive and drive or drop-in sessions, and when you're ready to take it to the next level, many of them have leagues as well. You'll get valuable track time, experience wheel-to-wheel racing, and learn the fundamentals without burning a hole in your pocket. Let me tell you, karting is a hell of a lot of fun. Add to that the peace of mind you don't have to worry about putting your actual car into a wall, and you've got a great recipe for improving your skills on a modest budget. So, who is karting for? Well, if you're under 16, it's probably the best option for you. But also, if you can't afford to put your daily driver in harm's way, or you just want the ease of showing up, driving, and going home, don't want to have to worry about setting things up or whether your car is going to make it home or not in case something happens.
Let's see if we can do something.
Next up, we're sliding into the world of autocross. So autocross events are basically shrunken down race circuits marked by cones in open parking lots, old airports, or within existing tracks. If you want to race your own car, this is definitely the best place to begin. Only one car is allowed on any section of the track at any time, so the chance of totaling your GTI, your STI, your GTR, or your CRV is almost zero. And since cones are more forgiving than fences and tire barriers, you can push your car a little more and build that relationship with it that you need to be faster. The best part though about autocross, you can have as much fun in a Honda Civic as you can in a supercar and possibly more. It's also a great way to meet other drivers and car people, pick up tips with ride-alongs, and finally, the barrier for entry is fairly low. All you need is whatever car you've got lying around that's safe and doesn't leak, a helmet, and an entrance fee for the day. Sure, you'll probably get hooked and you'll start looking at upgrades, but that's mostly optional. So who should do autocross? Everybody, honestly. But realistically, if you want to start driving your own car on a track, it's the best option for you. There's very little risk of accidents. You could have a mechanical failure. There's always a chance of that. But body-wise, you're very unlikely to hit something. And then finally, if you have some cash put away for maintenance items like tires and brakes, then this is a really great choice for you. Now, if you're serious about honing your race driving skills or want to build confidence before soloing circuits, then attending a driving school is a smart move. My local track also requires it before you can do lapping, unless you've got a competition license. Many reputable schools like Skip Barber or Dirtfish offer programs where you can learn from seasoned instructors with options ranging from just a couple hours to let you dip your toe in and see if it's right for you, to multi-day courses designed to sharpen your skills, make you safer and quicker on the track, and even get you licensed for wheel-to-wheel racing. These schools provide a structured curriculum, quality on-track experience, and valuable feedback. Of course, that all comes with a price tag that's the highest on this list for the wheel time you get, but it'll open up the world of racing like nothing else on this list will. And you can't put a price on that. At least that's what I tell my wife. So, who is this for? Well, if you want to take your driving to the next level, whether on the road or on track, it's really a good idea. If you like the idea of instruction over trial and error, then it's a really good opportunity. Also, if you're interested in lap days or soloing or want to do any wheel-to-wheel racing, then you'll need to go through a racing school, and better now than never. Now this last one might be a little controversial, but I think it makes a lot of sense for a lot of people. So in this age, you don't need a physical track and expensive set of wheels to start your racing journey. Sim racing is huge, and even the best drivers in the world, like current back-to-back F1 champion Max Verstappen, spend their free time on games like iRacing and Assetto Corsa. You have a higher upfront investment than with karting or autocross, but after that, there's little else to spend on. At minimum, you'll need a gaming console or PC, whatever game or sim you choose, a steering wheel and pedals, trust me, you don't want to try and race competition with a little handheld controller. I'd also suggest a gaming rig, or at least a proper seat if you've got the room, as it'll bring the whole experience together. Sim racing allows you to practice different tracks from all over the world, refine your skills, and even compete in online leagues without the hefty costs associated with real-world racing. And it's great for wintertime when other options are limited. So who is sim racing for? Well, again, if you're under 16, it's probably a good option, but it is also a great supplement for anybody who wants to get more wheel time, even though it's not, exactly a one-to-one comparison. But also if you want to get behind the wheel of some faster cars. We can't all afford to own a Lamborghini, and even if we can't also afford a Ferrari and a GT40 and a bunch of other cars that, in a perfect world, we'd be able to drive. Also, if you get bored easily or you want to explore famous tracks, it's a great option for you. But on top of that, if you have a track near you that is in one of these games, it would be great to get just a little bit of practice online before in person. And finally, if you have some cash on hand, but you don't want to keep spending after that, then sim racing is a really great option, as you may have to pay for a new game. It's like $50, $60, something like that. But you don't need to spend on tires. You don't have issues with cars. So now that we've broken down your options for getting behind the wheel in 2024, let's bring back the breakdowns and make a quick price comparison. But first, if you've made it this far, please consider subscribing and smashing that like button for me. It would mean a lot. For karting, I'm using K1 as an example because it's one of the most widespread options out there. Your local track might be a bit more expensive, but might also have gas carts and be outdoors. I'll be trying out K1's league this year, but we'll also head outside once the weather gets a little warmer. So one session, which is 2 races, is going to be about $70. And then for the yearly league, you pay per session. I'm guessing you'll make it about 10 times out of 12, plus a quarterly practice session. So you're looking at $850 for the whole year. For autocross, prices can vary so much depending on how many runs you get, the location, or who's setting up the event. Near me, events run $75 for a whole day, which is usually about 12 laps. However, SCCA events are between $100 and $150, so let's just say one day is $125. For the year, imagine you go out once per month over the course of 6 months when the weather's great, and then we're at $750. Now, that's just the track time. You'll also spend money on fuel. You also want a new set of brake pads and probably tires by the end of it. If you don't have basic tools lying around, you'll also want a set of those, a jack, and stands. Looking at budget-friendly but quality parts, that'll put you somewhere around $2,500 plus some elbow grease. For driving school, one day you're looking at anywhere between $1,200 and $3,000 to use the school's car. Some have cheaper options if you'd like to bring your own ride. For a full course, though, you're looking at anywhere between $5,000 and $10,000 for a 3-day course. Track days and lapping sessions vary a lot, and some require being a racing club or car club, so I'm not going to put those here, just the school itself. Finally, sim racing. For your minimum setup, you're going to need around $70 for a game, $250 for wheels and pedals, and $230 for a basic chair and wheel stand. I'm guessing that you've already got a PC or a console that will handle these games, but if not, add another $500 to $1,500. And then a better rig setup for your racing will cost somewhere between $400 and $600. And there you have it. 4 budget-friendly ways to get into race driving in 2024. Whether you're tearing it up on the karting track, conquering autocross courses, attending driving school, or settling in with your PC, there's a pathway for every racing enthusiast. Now, if you're looking at the numbers and it still doesn't add up for you, there are other ways to get involved without getting behind the wheel. You can attend local meetups, Cars with Coffee events, find a race nearby that allows spectators. Hell, fall asleep watching YouTube videos like this one and dream of drifting or Formula One or rallycross. It took me 40 years to start realizing my dream, but here we are. Remember, the journey begins with a single lap. So lace up your boots, hit the track, and may your dreams take off without putting too big of a dent in your wallet. Till next time, I'm Alan. This is All In Driving. Thanks for watching.